Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday, live day. Welcome, everyone, to the ones that are here and the ones that are watching this as the replay. We're going to be talking about how to develop your psychic abilities. It's a question that I get all the time. So I got a bunch of information for you. Let's get going. All right. So it can be very tricky to develop your psychic abilities, especially when you really don't know what to do. So that's why I'm going to teach you several techniques to strengthen your intuitive mediumship gifts. Okay. To make this super easy, commit to practicing one technique a day. If you want to be good at something, you need to practice it. Okay. I've talked about this before. If you talk to an NBA player or a Major League Baseball player, what do they do every day? They play, they practice. So if you want to be really good, psychic, medium, intuitive, you need to practice every day. So practice. And it can be fun. It can be a lot of fun. Okay. So you don't have to do any of the exercise in any particular order. Just start with whatever exercise you're drawn to. In a few weeks, you'll be surprised and how far you've come. Okay. So my first suggestion is a suggestion. Meditate. I know, but it works. Okay. Meditate every day has to be part of your daily rituals. And I've talked about this before because it calms your brain. So I do 2 meditations a day, one in the morning, one at night. The one in the morning, I do a guided meditation, which there's hundreds of thousands on YouTube. And then at night, I do what is called transcendent meditation, which is just you with yourself and your guides and your spirits and what have you. And sometimes it's just silent, and I have a little timer on my phone. So I can do that, or I can do like binaural beats or some kind of white noise or something like that. And then I put a timer for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I've done 40 minutes, but that's a really long time. So 20 to 30 minutes, it's fine. If you are just starting, if you're not a meditator, you can start with 5 minutes and then increase it to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But I wouldn't do anything less than 20 minutes, because the first 10, 15 minutes is when you really start to get into the altered states that you need to get some kind of communication. So, and this is because spirit's energy vibrates at a higher frequency. Raising your vibration is very important. We talked about that yesterday. Raising your vibration is super important when you want to develop your psychic abilities. Okay. So meditation will allow you to be in a relaxed state, to raise your energetic vibration and relax your mind. So you'll begin to feel more connected to your higher self, and the energy of other spirits. All right. Get to know your spirit guides. During meditation, ask your guides to show themselves to you, and they will do that. Then start asking them questions. Ask them their name or anything that you want to know. Ask them about things that are going on in your life, which direction that you need to go. I mean, you can ask them any questions. They will certainly answer. They're there. That's their job, to guide you. That's their job. That's their purpose. That's what they're there for. And we also talked about that not too long ago, that your spirit guides are assigned to you. They're yours. They're your team from the inception of your energy. So ask them questions. They're there to help you. They're willing to help you, but they're very respectful of your free will. So they will not intervene unless they're asked. So ask them. Ask them questions. Okay. And try to not doubt yourself during this time. Just trust the message. Okay. It's important to trust the message. You can practice psychometry. Psychometry is reading the energy of an object. This is really fun. And I've done it, well, when I was working in my corporate job, I would ask a friend of mine, just, bring something that is not obvious, what it is. And I will hold it in my hand and try to get images or sensations, and I would just start talking and get the person to tell me if I was on target or not. So that's a fun thing to do. You can do like rings, things that people wear all the time on them have a lot of their energy. So even if you know the person and is their wedding band, you can hold on to it and see if you can get any images or any stories about the owner of the ring. Okay. The other thing that you can do is use center cards, and I have some here. So you can see them, what center cards are. If I can get them out of the little bag, is this cards. So these center cards have different signs on it. I think there's 5. It's a plus sign, it's a square, it's wiggly lines, circle, and a star. Okay. And you can buy this from Amazon. They're like $11. It's very cheap. And you can do this by yourself, but it's fun to do it like in groups or do it with a friend. So what I do is I shuffle them and I pick out 10 without looking at them. And then I look at them, or the person who's doing it looks at them and try to send that message telepathically to the other person. And then you just write 1 through 10 and you write them down, and then you see if you got them right or not. This is really hard to do. Okay. Really hard to do. Like that I am a very experienced psychic medium. I usually get 2, 3, 4 out of 10. I have a student who is 9 years old. She gets 6, 8, 9. Sometimes she got them all wrong, but it was the next card that I was going to call. So she would know it before I would call it. She got them all right. All right. So moving on. Those are a lot of fun. She loves playing with those. You can also try to develop your clairvoyance with visualization. Clairvoyance is one of your clairs is to see, right? So that's a very good skill to have when you're psychic. So these are some exercises. So you can close your eyes, relax and close your eyes, and focus on your third eye, right? And now you invite your guides in and ask them to show you a beautiful place, images, and don't think about. You need to get your brain out of these exercises, right? You need to go with the feeling, and so whatever you see, try to let the images flood your mind, your brain, your third eye. You can grab something. You can grab flowers, a plant, and just study them. Just really look at them and close your eyes and try to imagine the flowers, to see the color, to see the texture in your mind when you have your eyes closed, and so on and so forth. Ask the flower or the plant to give you a message. You'll be surprised because they have so much to say. So much to say. Ask a friend and without look into their purse, right? I do that with my students. I will come into class and we will be in the middle of class, and then I will put my purse on the table. And I said, try to look inside my purse. So they would try to like dive into my purse, or just, try to visualize what the objects in my purse. And that's a lot of fun. You also want to think about not just the items that are in there, but if you get colors or textures or size, shapes, all kinds of stuff. You don't have to say, oh, you have this and this and this and that. That's great if you can do it. But even if you have, I see something purple, and I see something sharp, and I see something long, and I see something round, and I see, and people get a lot of hits if they're, even if they're not trying to give a specific, what the item is. The other thing that I used to ask my students is like, how much money I have cash in there. Sometimes I didn't know, because that's fun, because it's like very random. Like I would have like $21 or $23 or $5 or whatever. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, now you can also practice using trusting your intuition. So everybody has disabilities. This is that's why I call it gifts, because that's what people call them, but they're really not gifts. They're as much as gift as your nose. Everybody has intuitive abilities. Everybody can be a medium. Everybody. It's just to be open about it, right? So most people second guess, their gut feeling, their intuition, that little voice. They just don't trust it. So trying actively to ask your intuitive guidance every day, and to trust what you're receiving, is gonna be a game changer. You're gonna be able to make decisions with much more ease, and live with more joy, because you're gonna live with more clarity. Take a walk. A nature walk. Meditation doesn't have to be boring. And I have talked about walking meditations before. I don't remember if it was one of the videos about meditation, and I think it was last Friday actually. That I talked about a walk meditation. And the thing about this is to be mindful, with nature. You need to concentrate on each step. And sometimes people go step, step. So they say it out loud, or they say it in their mind. So the to-do list, and the laundry and the whatever goes out the brain. So you're concentrating on the steps, but you also need to concentrate on nature. The flowers and the trees and the birds and the sun and the whatever. Of course, if you just take a walk, that's also great too, and it can be very relaxing also, and you can get lost in your thoughts, which also can even that take you into a meditative state, which can be very good too. Read books and articles, listen to YouTube, listen to podcasts by people that sound trustworthy. If you have questions, run it by me. You can definitely run it by me. I don't know everybody, but if you have questions, run it by me. Last night in my inner circle group, one of my students, one of the members, asked me, she said, I listened to a podcast that the woman said that your spirit guides sometimes lie to you to teach you a lesson. I'm like, no. No. No, the universe is not interested in punishing us, and that sounds like punishment. That sounds like, now you will learn a lesson. No. Your spirit guides will never lie to you. Never. That's not their job. Okay. Anyhow, so if you have any questions, if you hear something strange, you can run it by me. We can talk about it. And if I don't know, I'll look it up. Okay. So read. I'm always trying to read and listen and absorb more knowledge and learn more things. Okay. Try automatic writing. Automatic writing is very easy. It's just doing it. If you're in a meditation and you're asking your guides, your higher self, spirit, if you're asking for guidance and you're in meditation and you don't hear anything, you're like, I'm drawing a blank. Have your journal next to you or a piece of paper and ask questions. Okay, I was asking this and I need an answer. And you can even start writing your question again and then start writing the answer. Don't try to edit, don't try to make it pretty, don't try to make it look pretty, don't forget about spelling, whatever, just write. Right. When automatic writing is working, it goes very fast. Like, I have a journal of my automatic writing, but I don't do it. I don't, my journal is not as I'm doing it. I do it in a different piece of paper because it looks like chicken scratches, because it goes really, really fast. Like, I cannot keep up. And sometimes I have a hard time deciphering what I wrote because it's going so fast. So then I transfer that pretty and you know, no, I try not to edit the message. I write the message as I got it, because sometimes later on it makes more sense if it, something is like, I don't understand that really. I try not to change the message, but I make it legible is what I'm trying to say. So that's it. That's automatic writing. Boom. And I know there's books, and that's it. That's it. It's very easy. Okay. Visit an antique shop or a secondhand shop like Goodwill and things like that. As you walk through the store, pay attention to your intuitive feel and the sense around you. Do you feel light? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel pressed? What are you feeling? You can grab an object or touch something and see if you can see something, sense something, smell something, get an image in your head. Those are great ways to, to practice your psychic abilities. If you're gonna buy something, wash it first. And if you can clean it energetically, please do that, because I love thrifting. My daughter loves thrifting. Oh my God, we found beautiful things, but those objects carry energy of other people, and sometimes other people are not very nice people. Okay, and you don't want to bring in a home negative energy. So use some um sacred smoke. Sage. This is sage. Sage is for cleaning. Okay, Palo Santo, this is for bring in positive energy. You can use Palo Santo, but you have to use something like sage, okay, to clean the energy. So sage it, and if you don't want it to smell, because sage can smell very strongly, throw it in the wash. You still want to wash it before you wear it, right? But sage it, please, sage it, and have that intention of, if it has any low vibrating energy, that you release that. All right. All right. Make a symbol book. And I talk about this with all my mediumship students, because spirit speak in symbols. Okay. They give you numbers, they give you symbols, they give you all kinds of stuff. So keeping a journal of those symbols are going to be really important. I have a journal just for my symbols for mediumship. And don't worry, your spirit guides are going to help you with this. So you can you can, ask your spirit guides, for example, or angels or your higher self, to show you a symbol for love. And, you get into your head and you see that symbol and you write it down. This is a symbol for love. Or you can ask them to show you, I don't know, an image or a word or a song or a phrase. You can hear something, and that will be your symbol for love. And then you can move on to something else, like, give me a symbol for joy, or give me a symbol for this or that. You can go through either even anger or loneliness, or that's going to be really important, okay, to have all of those. If you like using tarot, like I do, I love tarot. You can make your own like tarot book. So you can get like a tarot that you love, and then you grab a card, and you like with psychometry, you put it between your hands, and you read that energy. More than looking at it, you need to feel the energy. Remember, you need to take your brain out of the equation. You want to feel the energy, okay? And then, write down. It's a great way to interpret tarot, to learn tarot. And you don't have to use the exact meanings. You want in a general way to know the meanings of the cards, but many times, and I've told you this before, that I have been in the middle of a reading, and I know, and I tell my sitter, this card means this and this and that, but the message that I'm getting is this and this and that. Okay, so you can make your own tarot book, which will be a lot of fun. All right. Practicing auras. This is a great thing to develop your psychic ability. You can ask a friend or a family member to stand against a wall. It has to be like a light or plain color. You don't want like flowers or anything on the wall. And it has to be like a light color, like a beige or a white, off-white, something like that. You don't want red or yellow, or something really light and muted. And you can take a step back about like 8 feet, 10 feet, and you want to focus not on the person, but like on the edge. Like the edges of me are kind of like, ooh. Like on the edge of the person, okay? And you don't want to be looking at them straight up. You want to kind of look at them like from the side, and with practice, you're going to start seeing different colors. Now, a person doesn't have an aura that is just one solid color, okay? Because we have different moods and we have different feelings at the same time. We're not just happy. We may be happy with this, but we may be unhappy with that. And we may be angry with that other thing. And we may be anxious about this other thing. So there's going to be a plethora of colors around us, and even dark spots, which could mean an attachment, but it can also mean that we're worried about something, or that we're heartbroken, or that we're feeling sick and we haven't, we have tummy issues or what have you. So there's going to be different colors. There may be a prominent color, which is like our biggest mood or something like that. But we're going to see different colors, and every day is going to change because we feel differently every day. Okay. You can also do this by yourself with your hand. You can take a like copy paper, just a blank piece of paper, and the same thing, you put your hand against the paper, right? And you try to look from afar and don't look at it straight up, kind of look almost like from the corner of your eye. You don't have to strain, but kind of look from the side. At least that's been my experience. It's the easier way for me to look at auras with my eyes open, because I can see auras very well when my eyes are closed, and I'm more looking at it like psychically, or like a medium. But you can do that. You can also develop your clairaudience, that's your hearing. Each night before you go to sleep, you can lay in your bed quietly or sit if you're gonna fall asleep. You can sit and kind of listen to sounds around you. Pay attention. Do you hear crickets or rustling leaves, or cars, or the train, going through, even planes or a helicopter, those kinds of sounds that we kind of, block out, ignore, because they're, out there and they're not impacting what's happening in our lives. But, when we want to sharpen our psychic senses, we need to pay attention to those details. So that's a cool thing to do. Give readings, any kinds of readings, mediumship readings, tarot readings, aura readings, any kind of readings. The key of this is, again, to become good at it. So again, you can read for 30 years about golf. Until you play golf, you're not going to become good at it. You can know everything about the game. You can have all the theories in the world, the history, whatever. You're not going to know how to play golf until you play golf. So we need to practice this stuff. We need to practice. Okay. You can tune into your pets. Pets are fantastic. My dog talks to me all the time. Of course, most of the time he wants me to feed him and to let him outside so he can poop. We talk all day long, But so when you guys are like, calm down, maybe Friday night, Saturday night, and you're sitting on the couch and your dog is on your lap, or your cat is on your lap, or your dragon or whatever you have at home, and you're nice and quiet, try to tune in to your pet, and see if you can pick up how they feel. See if you can communicate, like ask them, like if they're laying down, if they're not asleep, because when they're asleep, sometimes they don't pick up things so easily. But when they're just kind of laying down, try to tell them something, like to look up at you, or to switch to the other side, or something like that, and see if you can communicate with them. That's really cool. That's really cool. I do that with my dog. That's really cool. Practice looking at all family pictures. That's also like psychometry. So take a picture that you don't know all the history of it. Like if you're in the picture and you know what was going on, well, of course you're going to have a lot of information. But like pictures from my grandparents that I wasn't even born, that my mother was little or a teenager or something like that. And of course you have to have people around to or somebody that you can call that to ask questions. But try to read that, try to see if you get some images, some stories, and then you can call a family member and see if they can validate what you got. Okay. Journaling. Oh my God, I don't journal enough. I really don't. I don't. I do, but not enough. I should do it every day. And when I do every day, oh my God, it's really, I can see a difference in my connection, and in the it's just different. It's just different. but it's hard. It's hard because I have a lot to do every day. But if you like to journal, even if it's just a little bit, try to do it, especially when there's some things that are important. Journal. um it's just help. um so you can, like, if you give yourself a reading, like a tarot reading or a pendulum reading, which is very easy to do, like a yes or no. Where's my pendulum? It's over there. But a pendulum, like, it gives you yes or no or maybe, or rods, right? um document that so you can look back. And also, when things are happening in your life, when you are practicing, you want to document all your hits. And that's a really good way to see your progression. So journaling is really important, and I do it at least once a week. I should do it every day, but I do it at least once a week or every other week. I didn't say that out loud. And just talk about the things that are happening in your life, like a diary, and the messages and the synchronicities that you've gotten. Like, if you hear a message on TikTok or on YouTube and it really strikes you, just write it down, and you will start to see patterns. It's really cool. All right. Now, when your phone rings, before looking at it, try to see who's calling you and document, because the more you practice that, the more you see how you um you you get hits. Not too long ago, I was in the kitchen and my phone rang, and I told my daughter, "Can you pick it up? That's Papi. He forgot something. Can you ask him what he forgot?" And she was like, "Papi," and it was my husband, and his "What do you need?" "Oh, he forgot so and so." I say, "How did you?" Never mind. Never mind. I'm like, I don't know. I just knew. So try to see who it is, and then take it a little step further and see if you know what they were gonna talk about. Like with my husband, I knew he had forgotten something and he wanted me to drive somewhere to take whatever I forgot. It's okay. So that's a very good trick. Um, ask a friend to call you with your mind telepathically. See if that works. So you have to use your intention, right? This intention is everything. So and you don't have to make a big to do about it, but kind of sit quietly for a second and think about a friend and tell them, give me a call, I want to talk to you. And you can even do it a couple times and see if in about 24 hours that person calls you. Yes. Learn to protect your energy. Okay. Like we were talking about, when you're thrifting, a negative energy is everywhere and you pick it up just like dust. You just pick it up as you're walking around, just minding your business, you're gonna pick it up. So if you are highly intuitive and highly empathic, it's gonna bother you. So you need to do GCP every day, every day. I've been telling you this. This is ground, clean, and protect. GCP every day. Okay. You ground, you find an element: water, fire, earth, fire, earth, water, fire. I'm missing something. One of the elements, wind. And clean your energy. Okay, so ground, clean, and then protect. You can visualize a cube, you can visualize an egg, you can visualize a bubble, whatever it is, to protect your energy so you don't lose your energy, and energy that you don't want doesn't come through. And I do that twice a day also. I do it in the morning and I do it at night before I go to bed. as part of my daily rituals. Okay. You can use crystals. Crystals are this gorgeous gift from Earth, and they just hold very powerful energetic properties. And they can help you strengthen your psychic gifts. So just holding them, I love holding them while I'm doing my meditation. I hold one in each hand. I keep obsidian here on my desk to protect my energy, because it keeps energy out, low vibrating energy out. I keep rose quartz close by all the time because I want nice, beautiful energy to come in. So I use one to keep it out and another one to bring in the energy that I want. And then if I'm manifesting, and we talked about crystals in another life, you know, all the crystals and their properties, I use them for manifestation and things like that. So use your crystals. Learn how to turn your gifts on and off. Okay. And this is about boundaries. And this is really important. I was talking to one of y'all today on the DMs about this. So as soon as you develop your psychic abilities, you want to learn how to manage them so you don't get overwhelmed by the energy and sounds and voices and smells and visions and things. So you need to protect your energy before you do any of these exercises. Well, a lot of these exercises are very benign, but if you're calling in some energy, you really need to you know, to imagine a white light. And I always keep a lighted candle with me, always, 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 because I want the light in my life. Okay. Invite your guides and angels for support and protection. And when you are done, you can imagine you're blowing out the light, or you say something to the effect that you're done, and you can thank your spirit guides for their love and support, which gives them a hint that we're done, you know, working. I have very specific instructions for my for spirit, that you cannot come into my energy unless I'm working. I don't want my any kind of spirits popping up in the middle of the supermarket, or when I'm talking to my kids, or in a party, or what have you. No, when I'm working, yes. When I'm not working, no. So those are my boundaries, and definitely not when I'm sleeping. Definitely not when I'm sleeping. I had a hissy fit when spirit tried to contact me when I was laying down to bed. I was like, you gotta go. This is my time to rest. So boundaries are really, really important, because it's gonna become overwhelming. Develop your clairsentience, and that's the ability to connect with your intuition through sensing and feeling, right? So if you ever had a super good or super bad feeling when you first know somebody, get to meet somebody, that's your clairsentience kicking in. All right. So try to, you know, like when you walk into a room, when you walk into a store, when you walk in a different environment, try to feel the energy. When you meet somebody, try to feel their energy. You don't have to say anything or do anything strange. You just kind of are open to feeling that energy. Okay. Focus on your third eye. Clairvoyance is one of those main psychic abilities. And to strengthen it, you need to take a few moments and focus on that area. And you know, your third eye is it's portrayed to be here, but it's not really here. It's like in the middle of your brain. It's your pituitary gland, and it's in the middle of your brain. It's a teeny tiny, like a pea-sized gland that is in the middle of your brain. So you can but you can imagine your third eye chakra, or an eye in your forehead, like opening, like an eye opening, or your chakra moving, and opening up like a flower or something like that. And that's going to help you open your third eye. I have also another live where I talked about the chakras, and I talk at length what I do to open my third eye. So you can go check that out too. Keep your vibration high. This is so important, okay? And this is all about living a joyful, high vibe life, being kind, being loving, having good intentions, not wanting to harm people. Because sometimes we do unintentionally. But if your intention is not to harm, that's high vibrating. And like attracts like, right? So you're gonna attract beautiful things, and your gifts are gonna open up more if you're high vibrating all the time. Eat high vibrating foods, clean water, raw fruits and vegetables. Anything that's alive is going to increase your vibration, raise your vibration. Keeping a dream journal. Also, if you have really vivid dreams, keep a dream journal. Have it on your bedside table, and as soon as you open your eyes, start writing, or record a memo on your phone, because for crying out loud, I cannot read my handwriting when I just wake up. So I do a memo in my phone, and then I transcribe it in usually my computer. But don't wait to go to the bathroom to brush your teeth. It'll be gone. It has to be in bed. I sit up because I will fall back asleep, but I don't get out of bed. And if you keep it, you will start to see patterns also, and it's going to be really good to help you make decisions. And it's a great guidance. It's just a great guidance to have in your life. Okay. So there's a lot of tips here, and just have fun. Just pick one or two, or write them all down. And I mean, you're gonna have this video forever. As long as you're in the group, you have access to the video. And you can just practice every day. Something every day. Okay. And I hope this was helpful. And I hope to see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for our next live. And I'll see you in the group. Bye. Have a beautiful evening.